Hi, it's Jackie Kashian. Welcome to the Dork Forest. It's the intro. This is where the credits and our monthly sponsor is mentioned. He's a good egg. It's Car D'Angelo over at Earth 2 Comics is sponsoring the Dork Forest this month. Earth 2 Comics is in Sherman Oaks. It's also in Northridge, California. And if you go into either one of those stores and you mention that you are a ranger of the Dork Forest, you will get 10% off your purchases. Very exciting. I love Earth 2. Very, very supportive staff. They can help you find stuff. If you don't know what to get, you can sort of describe the kind of things that you like to read. And I don't know, if you go to the Sherman Oaks one, they might even tell you what Maya and Andy's pull list is. And then you can know more than you need to know about what kind of comic books to get. But Earth 2, super friendly staff, and they have everything. And if they don't have something in one store, they will send away to the other store and hook you up. And I recommend that you all go there, and I recommend that you mention the Dork Forest, because then you get 10% off. There's the ad. In other news, JackieKashian.com, DorkForest.com, TheDorkForest.com, AllThingsComedy.com is the podcast network that the Dork Forest is on, and there's a lot of great podcasts over there. If you're looking for more pods, there you go. My stand-up and live Dork Forests are on JackieKashian.com. There's a chance to buy merch. There's a chance to go to the Amazon banner and buy whatever you want from Amazon, and I get a kickback. The Dork Forest gets kickback. And other than that, there's t-shirts and CDs and the calendar. Oh, and the donation button, of course. Everyone should give me $100 a year. Do what you can. If you have to give it to me in $4 increments, you're going to have to do the math, because I don't know how to set that up. I've asked Mark Maron. He's told me twice. I still haven't done it. Anyway, let's get into the show. It's a good one.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 3 of the 2013 LA Podcast Festival. Let's hear it. It's been an incredible weekend. Thank you all so much. Thank you to all the volunteers and the staff and the sponsors who made this possible, including All Things Comedy, Sideshow Network, MailChimp, Squarespace, and Dailymotion. And don't forget to go to dailymotion.com and you can watch feeds of all this after the fact. They're putting them up as soon as every day ends. You can already see everything from yesterday and Friday up there. Without any further ado, let's get this going. This is one of my favorite podcasts. I'm sure it's one of yours. Let's hear it for The Dork Forest with Jackie Kashian.
Welcome to the Dork Forest. Jackie and her pals will never bore us. Shameless confessions about our obsession will make us laugh and smile. So let's explore the Dork Forest and dork down for a while.
LA Podcast Festival, how the heck are you? This is crazy. This is awesome. I was just telling Karen Kilgariff, who's going to be up here in a minute, that she was like, "Are you having a good time at the podcast festival?" I was like, "I'm having a great time with all of the people who've come to the podcast festival. The only thing that's bad are all the people that are doing it to become famous. Those assholes, fuck off. I just want to do a podcast where I talk to people about what they're dorky about, and then we all just gather and share magnets and stickers and candy." Okay, so Jackie Kashian, good, over here, Ranger of the Dork Forest, Paladin of the Dork Forest. That seems obnoxious too. Anyway, seems a little assumptive. Let's bring one of my best friends up. Let's bring the Maria Bamford up. Maria Bamford's going to be our first guest. You may know her from such things as television.
I love you, Jackie, so much. I love you.
Maria Bamford supports me in my journey.
I love you.
Also,
so
coming to
much.
the stage, the very talented, the lovely, the writer, the songstress, Karen Kilgariff, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing.
I love you, Karen.
It's happening. It's happening. The Dork Forest is happening. And then we have recurring. This guy's been on the Dork Forest so many times. We love him. I always mispronounce his name. Let's get Murray up here. Murray Valeriano. Yes.
I like how you didn't even try to attempt my last name on that one.
And Murray V. At Murray V at Twitter.
I went by Murray V when we first started doing stand-up. And
Did you?
everybody expected a big fat Italian guy from Jersey.
Right.
And then I stepped in.
You are a very fit Italian guy.
Fit Italian guy from Jersey.
All right, where'd that fall apart? Okay, so here's what I got, you guys. I don't have any topics. I don't have anything. What I've done here, a lot of people made banners for the live podcast. I just put some shirts out.
I like it.
Just put some Dork Forest shirts out, and I'm like, it says Dork Forest on it. That's something.
Are the people that made banners, do they do cheerleading podcasts? Because that's nerdy. Am I right, everybody?
Oh my God, I want a cheerleader dork now. I mean, someone who's been on the bottom of the pyramid, someone who's been on the top of the pyramid.
Hi.
Both? Both bottom
Not
and
top. Not top.
I've never been on the top.
Never on the
Only
top.
on the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are both. You're part of the bass. You're part of the bass.
Yeah.
All right. I played bass clarinet in high school.
All right.
I was in the marching band. Marching band.
Oh, I was in the marching band.
What'd you play in the marching band?
I played the bass drum.
Kaboom.
The nerdiest of the drums.
Oh, that's heavy though. It's heavy.
And I joined senior year because in drums you start freshman year and you work your way up to snare. When you're a senior, you don't get to work your way up. So I was the tallest.
Why did you join? Why did you join?
Because the band trip was going to fucking England. I'm like,
Oh,
I'll
I
carry
like
around.
that.
Give me a flute. I'll play a flute. I'm going to England.
Right, and the bass drum. All you gotta do is keep the beat. Keep the beat.
Oh no, there's
Is
much
it
more.
the side when you go boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
walk like that. That's neat.
But there's dotted half notes and quarter notes and stuff like that.
Did you have to learn to read music?
I did.
Here's something pejorative. I think bass drum players are morons. No, I'm so sorry. There's more to it. There's more.
I just said I played bass drum.
But I mean,
Jackie's right here.
I'm just saying. But you only played it for like 6 months. You're telling me, right?
No,
You're
high
a
school
professional
year.
bass
What's that?
drum.
8 months.
Okay, 8 months. Yeah.
And then I carried it on into college, but just for my own self.
just alone.
Just sitting in the dorm.
I'm telling you, that didn't happen. That didn't. You moved on, right?
I did not play.
And then it was all
I did
just
not
about-
pursue the bass drum. Not a lot of money in it.
Right. Ground floor bass drumming.
Don't tell monkeys. Am I right?
Ooh.
That would be
All right.
a
I was expecting to pick that
wonderful, street musician act of just the bass drum. Kong, 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 kong.
Would you leave
Anyways.
$1?
Well, I mean, I'd ask for 5.
As a
then-
bass drummer?
And then ask, and then wheedle around from there.
I like the idea of busking with a bass drum in Europe, going through Europe, checking your luggage, and all it is a bass drum. Like a giant hat box. All of your items would be in the bass drum. And then you just pull out T-shirts and stuff and set up right there in Prague. And boom, boom, boom. And you're like, what? No euros? And no, I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to go with this.
picture.
We have
I
an
can
hour
see
to
it.
kill. It's
I
gonna
love
be-
the idea that you could take requests and play every song.
Oh, right.
Who's gonna know if you're fucking playing Foghat or not? Dun, dun,
Everyone
dun, dun.
requests
It's the
Rush,
ting-ting.
and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Inagata DeVita with the 20-minute drum solo. I'm like, God damn it.
You assholes.
Fog hat.
I've played music on the street. Has anybody ever done a street performance kind of thing, or?
I knew a guy who did stand-up on the street.
Oh, how'd that go?
It was guerrilla stand-up. He did it on the street in Minneapolis in the Skyway system.
That's sad.
Oh, gracious.
It was sad.
I don't like
it. Was
that at
sad,
all.
but get this: he made like $100 a day, and don't think the rest of us. He was crying all the way to the non-bank. He was crying all the way to him not eating ramen like the rest of us. It was pretty sweet, but he did it
Because
in
during the winter, I mean, people are desperate for some kind of human connection, and if you're walking through those tunnels,
Yeah, and Minneapolis has Skyway systems everywhere, and they're always busy. They're always crowded. And so to do stand-up in the Skyway system...
But you have to be like less than a one-liner.
it's a cash
You're
cow.
just like,
'cause people are-
bag, stupid shirt. Like, how do you do that and get laugh?
Airline food! He would just yell punchlines eventually.
Wait, Karen, can I buy that? A couple of those?
Fag, ugly shirt? Sure. Yeah.
Is the Skyway a train?
No, it's the up high in between buildings thing that
Oh,
you
very
walk.
cool.
California
Okay.
guy. Yeah. It's they connect all the buildings. I used to take the bus. This is a great story. I used to take the bus in Minneapolis, get off like probably 9 blocks from Kinko's where I used to work when I first moved to Minneapolis, and I didn't have to go outside at all. I could just go into the first building, and then 10 blocks later, I was in the place where Mary Tyler Moore threw her hat up in front of. Remember that?
It's much like the festival this weekend.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, because
always
it's all in
inside.
one building?
It's all in one building. By the way, everybody, it's 90 degrees outside. Just FYI, let's all stay in here for another
Is
8
there
hours.
a pool, though? This is a very fancy hotel. There is a pool, is there not?
Yeah, that's why I brought the candy, because everything is $30. Whatever you want. You want a cup of coffee? $30. You want a hard-boiled egg? $30. We're doing it.
That is so not podcast.
That's right. Podcasts are...
How'd you book this joint?
Well, here's the thing. Let's talk briefly. Now, you played the violin, not the
Yes,
viola.
poorly. On the
Poorly, but
streets.
forever.
Yeah, and I played it in Minneapolis, where people were kind.
Were they? Did you do it? Did you do it like in the parks and stuff?
Outside, yeah. Parks, yeah. Outside, wherever I felt comfortable.
Nicollet?
Nicollet Mall. I
Nicollet
did
Mall?
that one with some echoing stairs around me, and bald with a floor-length muumuu, some Converse team sneakers.
You were bald?
I was bald.
Okay.
When I met Maria Bamford, she had shaved her head,
Yes.
and she was it a Toyota Camry?
I had a lot of feelings coming up.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
And you gotta get rid of that stuff that's holding you back.
They were all coming out through your scalp, and you just had to get the hair out of the way, so that all your feelings could be released through the pores of your head.
Exactly.
Your body heat.
Yeah.
That's nice. Have you ever shaved your head, Karen Kilgariff?
Fuck no.
Why not?
See
San
how
Francisco.
humongous my head is?
Oh, I have a big head too. That's so funny. Do you really?
No, but I would get drunk and cut my own hair often. And especially if I saw a movie with someone that had like a bob, like a Louise Brooks type of thing, or Gosford Park fucked me up really bad because there's a million awesome bobs in that movie.
Yeah.
Over waves, and the thing I always forget is like, yes, you can cut all your hair off to look like that, but you're still not going to look like that.
Right, because your face is in the middle of that haircut, is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
it's like what I want to do is cut all my body off so I would look good in like a 20s dress. But instead I'd be like, fuck it, it'll work up here. We'll pretend like there isn't anything down there.
You know, Aisha Tyler today told me that she told everyone at the podcast she was at, not just me.
Me and this microphone.
It was through the microphone. She was talking about how she keeps herself so busy. It's sort of like cutting. That's because it's like psychological cutting is to keep yourself so busy that that you're just overwhelmed and you're like, oh, this feels normal. This feels good. This feels like things are helping. I feel better.
Did you give her any kind of contact information after that confession, or that's
Like
a
an
cry for
800
help
number?
directly? She was saying,
911.
"Jackie, help me! Please help me."
It was a cry for help to the 20,000 listeners of the mental health. No, she did it on the mental health podcast. So
So perfect. Okay,
it was perfect. I'm sure
That's
someone
much better.
Someone will get involved at some point.
Good thing she didn't.
I don't have to fix that.
Good thing she didn't declare that on Walking the Room.
That's the only way
Dave
to get
Anthony
health
cussed
care
her
in our
out.
Yeah, they'd be
country
like,
anymore
"Buck up,
is
pussy,
to,
and deal with it."
It is the best way to get health care is to get a reality show.
Yeah.
Is to have someone just point a camera at you and hope that you heal in front of it.
Yeah.
That's what they're actually not hoping for. Have you seen Intervention? There's no healing. It's just a hope it works. No? Well, we were fun watching Hoarders.
Did you see that one intervention where the girl, she was such a crazy, fucked up drunk. I loved her.
Shocked.
She was like my spirit animal. And she, in the middle of her intervention, where she had decided she was going to do all her drugs real quick before the intervention. Like they all do. I would do the same thing. You don't want to burn that shit. Just do them real quick. And she, in the middle of hers, like her mom's reading the letter, she goes, "Sorry, I have to do the bathroom real quick." And she staggers over to this bathroom and then just shuts the door. Like she solved it. It was
Wow.
the best
Intervention
denial
done.
thing. Yeah, she's just like, I'm out of here, and then in a tiny box, and I'm stuck here. Like she thought it would all go away.
And they didn't give her a duffel of her stuff and put her in a van to Florida?
They eventually did.
They did eventually did. Oh, shit.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
On
It's
Intervention?
always Florida, Arizona.
Yeah,
Is
nice
it-
place.
I'm sorry, I've never seen Intervention. Is it actually like they surprise the guy?
It's a surprise, but it's also, I mean, it's genuinely, I think it usually is helpful. Some people don't make it, but they'll
Sure.
do like a follow-up just saying like, oh, they died.
And then that helps the viewer at home.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
That does help some
If you want to be on the show,
get your shit
You
together.
just watched a snuff series. That's a series of watching someone slowly kill themselves.
Do they have they do the recap? Is there a percentage? Does like 10% stay clean, 12% die? I mean, is there?
You guys are bookended, by the way, Maria and Karen, by people who don't watch reality shows. Maria and I do not.
Oh,
there's not a lot
I do.
of. You love it.
Has
You love
anyone
it.
seen on Discovery? It was My Nightmare Cat. What is it?
Really?
Is it how? Where they? Oh God,
I think I read
love
that
it.
to my kid last night.
It's a combination of couples therapy and cat wrangling. Oh God!
On the Discovery Channel?
It's
The Cat Whisperer?
It's a My
it's a
Cat from
Netflix.
Hell. My Cat from Hell. That's what
My
it
Cat
is.
from Hell?
Oh, it's a delight. And they'll have like spooky music, and it'll just be like twinkles, and then the cat's like underneath the bed going.
Wait, is the conceit that the cat is somehow being tortured by not being in a house with a relationship that works?
No, well, their cat is breaking up the relationship.
Oh, the cat's breaking up the relationship.
Yeah, like
Wow.
she's
new
moving
cat.
around. Yeah.
New cat.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, but it's from hell. It's from hell, so you can't kill it.
Right, you can.
Terrible.
But then here's what happens. This is what the healing is, which is what I love. I am a
yeah.
nerd about transformation.
You love
If
a
I can see
transformation.
something turn into something else, I'm interested. It could go the opposite way. It could be, something, good turning something bad. I don't care. It just has to change slowly over 24 hours.
With a nice narration.
Lovely narration. It's like lapsed photography. So wait, the animal, is it always a cat? Cat from hell, I suppose. Always a cat.
And it
Dogs don't ruin people's relationships.
No way.
Boom.
So true. And, but then my boyfriend and I were talking about dressing up my dogs as cats and trying to get them on that show going, we keep creating these, places for them to perch on and they won't get up there. That's because they're not cats. What?
But they look like cats.
We want to get married.
That'll fix it.
Have you ever been in a relationship where a pet has gotten in the way?
Oh, gotten in the way?
Gotten in the way of a relationship?
Well, Jackie, you have a long-term relationship, 10 years, and has a large lizard, Tiberius.
He has a goiter.
Does he have a goiter?
Yeah, we've come to the moment where my joke has come to life because there's some discussion of taking him to the vet to have a look at the fucking lizard goiter, and I'm like, why don't we Google it instead? That seems free.
Are you going to ride that fucking lizard to the veterinarian? Because I think it's huge.
Yeah, it's
the
humongous.
biggest
It's a
lizard I've ever seen in my life.
3.5 foot long lizard named Tiberius Gracchus, named after the Roman general Tiberius Gracchus. I didn't name him. And he's got some Roman history in him. And but the thing is he's 3.5 feet. He's 16 years old. They live to be about 25 or 30. He's a handsome gentleman of a lizard.
It's very sweet.
And he has two male iguanas have they have giant sort of jowls. They're testicles, and they're outside, and only the boys have them. Whatever. But
On their face?
On his face.
I didn't know
Testicles
that.
on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, he's teabagging himself all the time. I've seen a lot of dirty comedy this weekend. I usually try not to. I try to keep it cleaner, but nope. And but the thing is he also has a little gobble thing on the underneath, and in the gobble, that's where his goiter is. He's got a goiter in his gobble, and I'm told that there's too much iodine or not enough iodine. He's eating too much kale. That's what's happening. It's a good story. I'm going to turn it into a script. Okay, keep moving, folks.
The first time I went to Jackie's house, we're standing in the backyard, and it's a 4th of July party or something. And you remember that scene in Jurassic Park with the water? Where, like, the... I'm like, what is that? This is a cage rattling in. I'm like, what is that? Oh, that's Andy's lizard. Let's go look at it. And it fucking gave me nightmares.
Right. He's a bit of a crash master in his cage when it gets nice and because he's cold-blooded, right? So he tends to just rattle around in there when it's hot and sort of crash. And because here's how iguanas do: they climb up into trees, and you know how they get down from trees? They let go. That's it.
Oh, man.
They just fucking fall. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Has there ever been a disagreement about Tiberius within your relationship of like what Tiberius needs or doesn't need?
His needs? No, there's never been. Because Andy never wanted him to live in the house. That would have been the only thing that would have been a sort of a not a deal breaker. That seems rude. But because he lived in Andy's apartment when he had a 2-bedroom apartment. Tiberius had one room, and so when we moved in together, shacking up, doing the devil's work, we have a 2-bedroom place right now, and I was like, "Are you gonna want Tiberius to live in the house, or we got a garage? Don't you think that's nice?" And he was like, "Yeah, garage, And so now he's in the garage, and he has a lot of space.
Sorry to interrupt. I would love to see in your conversation the first night you went over to Andy's house. Like, hey, why don't you come back to my apartment? Will your roommate mind? Fucking lizard. No, he's all right. Just feed him flies.
Oh, he showed me. He doesn't eat flies. He just eats kale and collard greens.
And apparently too much iodine. I've been
right.
to
He's
talk to you
mostly
about
eating
that.
collard greens and mustard greens at this time, and possibly some Swiss chard, and a banana. He enjoys a mango. But yeah, he's a perfectly nice lizard. Come on over.
I was chased by one in Costa Rica.
Oh, that makes sense, though.
Are they aggressive?
Were you eating a banana?
Were you walking real slow?
I was eating kale. And,
He
no, I was just walking down the path, and all of a sudden there's a big iguana down. I'm assuming it's an iguana, and I'm like, "Oh, it's an iguana." And then all of a sudden, like right at me, and I just fucking dropped my surfboard and fucking booked.
Was
You
it
just
fast?
dropped it and ran?
It was in Costa Rica, nobody's gonna the iguana's gonna steal it or the howler monkey. So I fucking dropped it. I'm like, I'll come back and get it, and then I ran over there. I was on my honeymoon. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's a fucking lizard." She's like, "Great, I married you."
They can get aggressive. He has gotten aggressive like probably 3 or 4 times. And the one time he got aggressive at me, I just he seriously is just like bad. He's not very fast. I can outrun him, but he follows you, like he'll follow me around in the garden. Like he's like a cat. He is like a cat because he wants to be where you are, and it's very sweet. But except for when it's aggressive and it gets creepy and his mouth is open and you're like,
from hell.
and he's gonna cartilage you to death.
He's not like a cat. Can we just go back? He's not like a cat.
He's like a cat in the way that
It's a big fucking snake with legs, with the devil's eyes, and it looks like it wants to eat you all the time.
But he's very. But when he did the one time he charged me, I just put the shovel in front of my foot, and he's not bright. No, he's not. This has a tiny lizard mind on purpose, and he got to the shovel, and it was almost like he went, "Well, thank God she's gone." And then I moved the shovel, and he was like, "Where the hell did you come from?" And so the second time he charged me, I just threw a towel over his head and shoved him back in his kennel. I'm like, "Well, I guess it's over, isn't it? We're done. The honeymoon is over, my friend." And so we haven't really bonded quite as much since the charging day.
Oh, sure.
But Andy still hugs him. He still cuddles with him. It's all right.
Yeah.
And
You guys could get your own show.
we
could
could have
definitely
our own crazy
Jackie and the Lizard.
But Cat from Hell, it is so healing. I mean, they always come to a resolution. There's some work done. It's understanding. The cat needs to hunt, so you need to play with it with a little bird feather thing for 50 minutes a day. And then...
5-0?
Yeah. Yes.
5-0.
Jackie.
50 minutes.
They're predators. They're on the hunt. And then they go, then you let them eat and have a nap. I mean, then they'll stop trying to kill you.
So that's where the cat likes one member of the duo, the couple, more than the other member.
No. The cat usually is equally
Hates
mean
both
to
of
them
them.
both. Yeah, somewhat mean to them both. Like everyone's getting bit.
New cat.
But if you see the healing, Jackie.
If I saw the healing,
Yeah.
and then I'd say, get a dog. I'm more of a dog person. I don't know. You guys, what other reality shows? What are you watching?
What are you into?
Oh, I like Evil Kin. Anyone?
Evil Ken?
I like there's now this subset of murder shows, which is my thing. I'm not about healing. I just like back in. I want to know how people got murdered and why, or why not.
Is there ever like a case of somebody going, "Ah,
You know what? Forget it. You seem nice. I don't know why I broke into your kitchen with a knife. No, that never happens. But there's like, I think it's the ID channel, which is right here. Murder lady right here. So there's Evil Kin. There's
Kin.
Evil Kim. She's this girl that keeps killing everybody. Kim, knock it off.
Wait, what is it?
K-I-N, like relatives.
Oh, Ken. I thought it was like Evil Ken, like Ken doll.
I have an accent.
I heard
The trilogy
Ken,
of
and then I heard
terror is
Kim.
coming to life.
Evil Ken.
Wow, so it's a hillbilly killing show.
There's a lot of hillbilly stuff. There's swamp murders.
swamp murders.
Yeah. Of course, there's dangerous women. There's all the ones that are about people that had affairs and because of that got murdered. There's kind of a biblical subtext of like, hey, stop sinning.
And
you
we're gonna get
hillbilly.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
And does it take place in stereotypical states?
Florida, yeah.
Yeah. What is it about Florida? I don't know.
Swampy.
It's just weird. Like
Yeah.
It's a crazy state.
Might be the
crazy.
voodoo. I don't know.
That you do?
So well.
So
Jackie, that was a song reference.
I know. Everyone do a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know
Never
anything about
happens.
music. I don't know
You can't
anything
do
about
that
music.
normally.
It's I know. I have very very little musical information. I just did an episode on ska, and then I just did one on hair metal.
Oh,
So
who was your guest on hair metal?
Hair metal was the guy from Keith and the Girl. So the guy Keith would be the word person. It's going to be a guy named Keith Malley talking about hair metal. And he would name things. He would name a band, and I would say, so that's a band, and he would go, you're adorable, and then he would name a song, and I'd say, is that a band? And he's like, you're adorable. And he's like, no, that is a song. That is not a band. There's Mark Maron, ladies and gentlemen. That's exciting.
Hi, Mark Maron.
He's a dork, and it's all good, all good. It's going pretty good, Mark. It's going pretty good. We're talking
nailing
about
it.
reality television.
Mark and Murray, are there any male reality shows, like reality shows that men are watching?
No, I'm trying to think because I don't really watch a lot of reality.
Football?
Yeah, let me tell you the reality show I watch. A lot of guys are into it, I'm sure. You can back me up. Project Runway? Yeah, I watch it every Friday night with my wife, and I fucking get into it, man. It's awesome. I love it. Tim Gunn, actually, I did a little work on it. I had to write for Tim Gunn, and I had to read his book, and I was like, oh, Christ.
Loved it.
I couldn't put it down. Listen, I can tell you how to clean out your closet. He compared it to Kierkegaard's Either Or. I mean...
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Exactly what it's like.
I know that every woman in here needs an LBD.
What's
Little
that?
black dress.
Little black dress.
Little black.
The
I know that
10 things you need in your closet, every woman.
I have one, and I've never worn it.
I have a white blouse because he told me to get one.
I have a little back dress, and it scares me every time I open the closet. Do I have to fucking wear that? It's like a thing I have to do. It's like my taxes hanging on a hanger. Oh, shit, I have to wear that sometime. But I don't, actually.
I think it's interesting that he admits that he wears Spanx. He's like, men should wear Spanx.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tim Gunn wears Spanx. He's like, all men should wear Spanx.
No, that is
Let me tell you
absolutely
something.
not true.
Let me tell you something. He looks fabulous. Is he not a trim, well-dressed guy? That guy dresses to the nines, man.
Yeah.
But I love that
If I can use a phrase from 1920.
To the
when
nines.
skinny people wear Spanx. It's so hilarious. Like, Tim Gunn doesn't need Spanx.
Well, he's like 65.
He just wants to wear a
Ballparking it.
girdle. That's what it is.
Well, if you're going to stereotype gay men carrying Kilgariff, I didn't realize it was going to be that type of show.
That's right. You heard me, everybody.
But he wears suits. How would his body
It just
be seen?
it keeps everything smooth. It keeps everything smooth, he says, like it does on everybody.
Now, isn't a spank a girdle? I do not know what a
A Spank is a
girdle.
brand, I think.
No, but it is a girdle.
It's a brand.
It's a
that
girdle.
That woman made a shit ton of money. I saw her
Yes,
on an
she
interview.
did.
Oh my god! But it just fits like a regular girdle, or is it like an old?
Oh, it's uncomfortable.
It's
Okay.
horrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It is not. It is
hurts. It's
here's a positive
uncomfortable.
experience.
Makes you think
I'm
about
wearing one
how
now.
you don't like
There you
your
go.
body.
Hi guys. How's it going? I just
You're
lifted
just
up
wearing
my
a-
shirt like a crazy
A
person.
nice. Jackie's wearing a t-shirt girdle.
I'm wearing a t-shirt girdle. It's no, I don't know. Last comic standing, I was the only one. You know how costuming? You may not know this. Costuming people are mean, and right.
Only when you spend your
married to
weekend
an
at a
award-
podcast festival. Didn't they get real? My wife's a costumer.
And his wife is an Academy Award nominated. Did she win?
No, she didn't. Thanks
She was
for bringing that
Academy
up.
Award nominated costume designer for True Grit.
True Grit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Say her name.
Thank you.
Say her name. You've chosen wisely in your
Great.
marriage.
She'll be here in a minute. You can talk to her.
Is that a lot of hand sewn stuff? Because that was like real pioneer.
Yeah, there's a
wear.
lot of sewing going on. She doesn't sew. She designs and draws, and then she hires a sewer.
The little man sews. I get it.
No, little one. She's great. This woman sewed it all by herself. She's awesome.
Yeah. So, but they're usually super. In all of my experiences, they're always mean because I'm not a size not, and so.
It almost seems like they're super busy, and if they don't have, which they never have anything except zeros,
Right.
then they're like, okay.
Right, and they don't mean anything. You're right. They don't mean anything by it. They're just at work, and it's a pain in the ass.
The very first pilot I did, but way back in the day, I was on speed. I was the thinnest I've ever been in my life. I was trying so hard, you wouldn't recognize me. And I walked in, and the costumer goes, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I swear to fucking God. Then she started pulling moo-moos. I swear to God, I was slightly bigger than Maria. And she was just like, and I found out she worked also on Friends.
Oh, Jesus.
So there is a very high bar. But I was devastated, and then, God bless, and forgive the name drop, Murray, but Dan Cortez, who was also on the show with me,
My
walked
rival.
Your rival.
I don't
America's sweetheart Dan Cortez walked in, and he started looking at the stuff she was pulling. He goes, what the fuck's wrong with her? And that's all I needed to hear. I was like, okay, as long as
You've
Dan
not
Cortez
gone mad.
thinks this is crazy.
Yeah.
It was horrifying.
I feel like I need to defend costume designers here for a minute since I married
They're working
one.
very hard.
Well, because they only have a certain budget or amount of money or things that they bought. Like, they always put giant breasts on me.
Oh, really?
As if to say that's a part of a character. I thought I got the role, but apparently, I'm missing this element.
Because that's what that character would have. That character.
Like what? Like big puppet breasts?
yeah,
Like sewn?
like giant. Like a couple layers of the chicken cutlets, and then on with the pad up top, and then I've got to stand a certain way. Make sure no slippage.
My thing, I work in such shitty, low-budget television that the wardrobe people just go to Sears and fucking buy that shit.
And then they bring it back.
Yeah, and then
That's
they bring
the
it back, and they
charming
bring
thing
like
about it. So I
like
don't know if
12
you
of the
shop.
same shirt. So when I married Mary, or got to talk to Mary, and I'm like, don't you just fucking go to Sears? That wasn't a good first date. When you get into her budgets are the budget of the last show I worked on, the whole series.
Right, because
so
she's
they
doing a
design
big
and
deal
grade
movie.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And she works a lot with the Coen brothers, so they love
Awesome.
large-breasted, they like weird,
Normal-looking
normal
people.
people. Thank you. That's what I
Yeah, that's the.
That's what they're called.
I have to go.
Keep digging. But when I did Last
She works
Comic
with
Standing,
us.
and I walked in, and I was the only one, I guess, wearing this crazy bodysuit business, this Spanx business, and the wardrobe I got. It was actually very life affirming because she was like, "You're the only one dressed correctly for this," and then they put a grass green sweater on me so that I looked like I was 77 years old. That's where it all fell apart. But they did approve of my undergarments, and I did get some sense of self out of that.
And do you think it helped your set to be wearing a girdle?
No, nothing helped my set when they were pointing a camera at me at Last Comic Standing. Absolutely nothing. It was constantly, they were always too close and constantly saying, what if you lose? What'll happen if you lose? And I'm like, nothing, right? Nothing happens. I still get to go to Fresno, don't I?
I did a commercial one time, and I had to fall in a pool and then swim out. Which is fine. I can swim.
You can fall.
But the costume girl forgot to bring an extra set of underwear. And I had to go in the pool like 9 times. So they were put on these like dockers. It was for Sears, coincidentally. But I couldn't go. I'm like, I'll just go commando. I don't have to worry. You can't. You're going to get wet and everybody's going to see your thing. And so they kept cramming me in board shorts.
Oh.
So I had to wear board shorts over these dockers that were too small, and then it was just like all cramped up into my stomach, and I had a what I call muffin top, and it was just leaking over. I had no other story than that.
That's it.
Well, it's heartfelt, and there was some pain,
and maybe a little healing.
Yeah.
There was an arc to it. I liked it. There was some pathos. I thought I liked it.
All right, okay.
It kind of humanized you for me.
I'm gonna try it again on Paul Gilmartin's show on Tuesday.
And tell that story again real sad.
Yeah.
Real
You
slow.
can share
My
it
mom
and
used to make
let
me
that
wear
one
those.
go. It's yeah. I don't. The only reality shows I've ever watched were that Top Chef business.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
that was a good one though, right? I mean, and then I got rid of cable, and then I just. I live on near Van Nuys Boulevard, so I just go there if I'm looking for people to make bad life decisions.
Can I tell you one of my favorite moments that happened? This isn't necessarily a reality show, it's a game show, but I watched accidentally Minute to Win It for 1 second one day, and there was these two guys playing for money so one of them could get eye surgery. Hello, America. This is where we are. Hi. How are you?
There's trouble.
So one guy had to stack up 6 dice on a popsicle stick while he held it in his mouth.
Is this the guy who needs eye surgery, or the guy who's
So yeah, so it was harder for him. His eyes were all crossed. He stacks them up right, real slow, and the thing's shaking, this or whatever. And he's like, the clock is going, and he makes it like 2 seconds in, and the buzzer goes off, ding, ding, ding. He flips the thing up, catches all the dice, and then throws them straight at the front row of the audience, and it was the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. Like as if he just won the World Series or something, and he
won an eye.
He won his vision, and everyone in the front row lost theirs because of it. Just like, hey, those are dice. They're really hard.
Do you guys think that the Romans sat around talking about the decline of Egypt at the end of Rome, like we talk about the decline of Rome as we watch America fall apart?
Yeah.
Okay, cheerful. Not good.
I called my congressman last night at 10:30 p.m. and I left a message.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Well, I just
Did you do voices?
Was he in? Oh, did you leave a message as the baby Jesus?
Well, I just said
Oh, that'd be the best.
that would have been great. No, well, once I called, I was like, "What do I say?" And I'm like, "Hi, Savior, Sarah, this is Maria. I live in your district. I just don't think the government should shut down. So please get it running again. I'm in Eagle Rock." But don't they count it? They keep track of that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
I felt some relief, and it was entertaining.
Sure.
That's
To
good.
feel like
That's
I was
great.
entertained to feel like maybe I'm a part of the process. Maybe this mystical thing is real.
Right.
I don't know.
And you throw a penny in the well, and you wish for it to start again. Come on, government.
I threw a penny in the well.
That does feel like that. It feels like. Did you guys ever read that book where the kids lived on all the money and the wishing in the fountain in the museum?
mall?
In the museum.
Were they shut into the museum?
Yeah, they were shut into the museum, and then they lived on the money in the.
The letters of Miss Baisley Frankweiler.
Yeah, that's it.
You're welcome, America.
Spooky reading, girls.
Somebody reads.
From the mixed up files of Mrs. Baisley
That's it.
Frankweiler.
Nailed it, Karen Kilgariff.
I could barely get here today, but I sure can remember books from 4th grade.
Right. I read the biography of Alan Pinkerton in 4th grade. Who doesn't love an Alan Pinkerton tale, right? Huh? That guy was amazing. He was like Batman of 1870.
You said most of your books that you had, or sometimes if you couldn't make it to the library, which is 3 buses from your home, that you were go to the drugstore and you had to get books from there.
Oh, here's what happened. Okay, so
She had to shoplift to read.
Oh, Obamacare.
and I also.
Come on.
What happened was the local library in South Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I would, that's why I had to eventually take the bus to the downtown Milwaukee one, is because if I didn't return them on time, I would get a library fine. If your library fine was over $10, you were no longer allowed to take out any books until you paid your library fine. So, I would walk to Kmart and steal books and read them. But here's the thing, if you're getting your reading material from Kmart, that's why you read Harlequins, and that's why you read Louis L'Amour novels, and that's why you read mercenary books about the Mbele and Africa, and that's why I read a lot of Merck books and
Stephen King.
No, I couldn't steal anything super thick because I had to steal only shitty short novels. And
I don't think that needs an explanation.
well, right, that makes sense, right? And here's, if you want to go to Kmart and steal books, this is what you do, people. This is what you do, right? It's you break the binding a little bit. You open it up so that it cracks, right? You dog ear a thing like you're reading it.
It's my book.
It's my book. You stick it in your back pocket like you're Dennis the Menace, and you get the fuck out. You get the fuck out. Nobody cares. Everyone says, "Oh, did she steal a $4.99 Harlequin romance? Good for her." And that's why I read a lot of Harlequin romances in junior high and then once you start taking crack cocaine, you have a hard time getting away from it.
Those
And then
books are
it's
so,
hard to
they
get
are
right
so wonderful.
back into Upton Sinclair once you've read A Second Chance at Love book.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the book. I have a 21-year-old month. I have a 21-month-old. I still don't know how to say that. Frank. My son Frank is 21 months, and he loves reading, man. Like every morning, my wife goes to work really early. Every morning he gets up, and I give him a bottle, and then he sits in my lap, and we read for like 45 minutes. And it's great, and I'm super stoked to see like what kind of books he's going to get into, you know. And it's really fun to kind of go back into your childhood and be like, "Oh, 7 Chinese brothers, you're going to love this," you know.
Yeah.
Until you realize how racist that book is. But it's cool to like, "Hey, Frog and Toad, you're going to love it." And I'm forcing them all. They're like, "Hey, The Hobbit." And he's 20. He's like, he's like peeing on The Hobbit. And I'm like, "No, you're going to love this." So it's really exciting to see him get interested in books. And I want him to keep that. I don't want him to play bass drum in the band his senior year and give up books. You know, I want him
So
to...
that he can go to England? But you got to go to England, right?
Oh, yeah, I did go to England. A lot of drinking.
Did you go all over England, or did you just go to London?
We were in Worthing, and we played a couple of gigs at the Troubadour. I was surfing this morning. I got seawater up my nose. Excuse me. So we played a couple gigs in southern England. Then we took a day trip up to London, and me and my buddy Dave Rochin ditched the tour because we were all on a tour bus and went to Abbey Road, motherfuckers.
Oh, shit.
And Abbey Road, Jackie, is a famous recording studio.
I think the Rolling Stones, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. They're British, aren't they?
Yeah, they
no,
are.
it's
So me and
it's a
Dave,
Beatles thing, right?
Dave Rochin snuck off, went to Abbey Road, and got our picture taken walking across.
the
Abbey
four
Road.
guys walking across the thing, right?
It was just two of us, but I took off my shoes because Paul was dead. No Beatles fans.
Wait,
Not a one.
Okay.
Not a
Right.
one.
Okay.
No one likes
cake-
the Beatles.
Paul isn't dead. The cake is a lie. The cake is a lie. And so wait, no. Karen Kilgariff plays an instrument.
Oh.
Very exciting. I don't know if you're
Yes.
familiar with the Karen Kilgariff musical. How long have you been playing the guitar? Did you play the guitar in band? Were you in
I
band in
wasn't
high
in
school?
band, Jackie. I told you I was a cheerleader.
There's a difference.
Let's be smart about this conversation. No,
Thanks for sitting next to a bandy.
Band.
this
or-
whole side of my arm is burning, but it's fine. It'll be fine. No, I went to a very small school. If I had gone to a normal school, I would have never made the cheerleading team. But I had rhythm and spirit, and I was plucky. But
That's what I've always said about you. Plucky.
right? That's on my bio. And
How
fencing.
big was your school? How many people?
350 people altogether.
The same size. We had there are 50 people in my class.
Yeah.
And so you got to do everything. I could have been on the football team had I wanted.
Exactly.
50 people in your graduating class, and you're all
Yeah.
together?
I had
Oh,
64.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get in there, Bamford.
Take a knee, Bamford. Take a knee.
I can do it, Coach. I don't need cleats. So did you play anything in high school or no?
We didn't have a band.
There was no music?
We didn't have anything really. It was a Catholic school. You know, we were
Did
told
you
we were
pray
lucky
together?
to be there. We prayed together and we stayed together.
Excellent.
Motherfucker. No, I
Count
didn't.
rosary
I played
beads?
softball,
Okay.
and I think I was like the class president a couple times. You know what I was just thinking the other day too? They had a thing every year, Valentine's. They voted sweethearts for the sweetheart dance, and it was like 6 girls got nominated, and then at the dance they announced who it was. And I was never nominated because I was super gossipy and really I tried to be funny all the time. So it'd be like, shirt fag is that comedy? That's where it started. Yeah, not acceptable. And that's where I was really honing it in high school. And every time they would announce those 6 girls over the loudspeaker, I'd always be like, "Oh, not me." Just like, you're not even slightly nice. Like, I just realized that the other day as I was curling my hair, where I was just like, if I was nice, I bet I had a chance.
Right. It would have been a step in the right direction.
I
So
mean,
when did
something.
you... Right, but no. You were just like, no, I'm going to be a dick all
I'm going to
through
be
high
a dick
school.
and then have these strange expectations.
Right, that everyone loves me. Why don't they like me?
Why don't they like the asshole?
Or were you real? Like you weren't.
They
putting
couldn't
up some,
handle my realness.
Yeah, your truth. You were sitting in your truth.
Yeah.
That gets moist. Have you tried sitting in your truth?
Jackie.
I know. You know what? I always used to, in 9th grade, I was always like, why don't I have any friends? Why don't I have any friends? And this, I was on the basketball team in 9th grade, and when we would work out, I would read as I ran around the track. And the coach finally said to me, Jackie, you gotta be a friend if you would like a friend. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, put the book down. Interact with somebody, look them in the face, and talk to them like that's exactly what I was doing. I would jog and read.
Nothing makes less sense than jogging and reading.
That is the sweetest picture.
Oh, it was sweet, except for it was spooky and weird and creepy. And everyone was like, well, I guess she doesn't actually have any words, except for the ones that are written. So, but then I forgot this, though. I was the editor of the school newspaper in high school, and I was always looking for the expose. Yeah, I was always looking for it. I did a big expose about how our entire football team was on coke. I did an opinion piece, and at my high school reunion that I just went to, they had a copy of The Harbinger. That was the name of it, The Harbinger. Oh my gosh. And I had to write an apology to the entire school because I was like, I think I was this sweeping statement that all football players are on coke, and I'm so sorry that this might have not been based entirely on fact, blah, blah, blah. And then I wish I had written at the end, but they are.
Yeah.
Were they on coke in Wisconsin?
In Wisconsin in 1982, they certainly were.
Oh my God.
They were in North Jersey in 86.
Sure.
The pitcher of the baseball team got shot coming over the Brooklyn Bridge in the stomach after buying coke. He passed out from bleeding to death, almost.
There was a
Wow. Okay.
Well, you guys went to tiny.
That's the only story I had.
So you guys went to tiny schools, though. Weren't there super rich kids who were weird and?
I think somebody was doing cocaine, but no one invited me.
No.
No, I found out that some people were partying hard later, and then they didn't invite me or something.
There was a lot of partying going on, and then there was a lot of sex going on. Even in band people were having sex with each other.
What?
That's what was happening. I was reading about it.
Back of a band
With the
bus.
hat on?
With the shako, everybody in a shako was like, "Let's do this."
You keep the
and then
hat
you could
and the
spin
jacket
your
on?
trumpet.
Just take your pants off.
What's a
Sorry.
shako?
A shako's the tall hat from the tall British
band
hat.
sex hat.
Oh, we had a plume.
Oh, did you have a plume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a fucking feather that every time the wind blew, it just went. Not a lot.
Like that quail that.
Yeah, exactly like that quail. Not a lot of sex, is what I'm saying.
I think I might have to leave.
I think you might have to, but do you want to play a song?
I won't party to this drug talk.
Well, do you want to play a song before you go? Do it.
Sure.
Blaze up, Wastoid. Do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Pull out your guitar.
Go get your. I just met Karen. Go get your guitar. I just met Karen today.
Don't tell me what to do.
Just get it. Get it, and then go do Jesse and whoever go show.
And
But back in the old Largo,
Yeah.
back when it was on Fairfax,
Right.
And I was starting to do stand-up, I'd go to Largo and stuff, and I saw Karen play with Mary Lynn.
right. Oh, the
in the
guitar
Girls'
band
Club,
or whatever.
Right when you guys first
Girl
started,
guitar
it was
clubs.
awesome.
It was good. Here's the only. Is Marin still here? Mark? Nope.
No, he's...
Okay, then let's tell this story.
Is it going to be the one where you got punched in the face?
No, it's the one where I did some student fucking film, and this woman said, "Oh, you do stand up? I had sex with Mark Maron next to the dumpster there in 1997." In like 97, behind Largo, this woman had sex with Marin next to a dumpster, and then she told me about it in 2005. I was like, wow.
As a brag.
Did I get her any help? No. But is she going to be on Paul Kilmartin's podcast? Maybe, because that's the only way she'll get some help. All right, it's a good story. All right, sing a song, Karen Kilgariff. Everyone should go to your band camp and listen to your songs and buy your albums.
Thank you. And there's a new one coming out that I just recorded. Pretty soon.
Awesome.
That's just kind of future
What's it going to be
talk.
call? What's the new album called?
It's going to be called Live at the Bootleg.
Catchy. Is the name of the place you did it the Bootleg?
No, I did it at the Troubadour. Wonderful setup, Jackie. Wonderful comedy setup.
No, I'm there for you.
Is that going to be loud enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, why not? Thank you, Murray.
Nice, Murray.
I've done some tech work.
Very generous of you as a comedian. This is my new song. I'm not on OkCupid, but this is how my, profile would read if I were. No, I don't want to meet you for coffee. I don't care where you went to school. I'm not interested in sitting around watching you trying to act cool. Just be brave or go away. Either way, you'd say okay. I don't want to go on a hike. I think that's obvious, and I don't want to hear about your funny friends. I'm sure they're hilarious. Just come across or take a walk. 'Cause I do not have time for small talk or medium talk. Can you take a little heat? Can you take a little heat? Have you ever had somebody who just knocked you off your feet? Can you take a little heat? Can you stand a little pain? Have you ever had somebody who just walked away? Just walked away. I'd say okay. What bands are you into? Me too, 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 me too. Do you like Ethiopian food? Me too. Is your dad a drunk? Mine is nice. And why is your heart so fucked up that you have to troll around on this stupid fucking website? Did you take a little heat? Did you take a little heat? Did you finally find somebody who just knocked you off your feet? Did you take a little heat? And did you stand a little pain? Did you finally find somebody? Then they walked away. They walked away. And I'd say okay. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Karen Kilgariff. She's going to Jordan Jesse go. Up to them. Hey, Dave Anthony, you want to play the part of Karen Kilgariff for a little bit? Dave Anthony, ladies and gentlemen.
Dave Anthony.
Oh, look.
Hi.
What a sweet.
I'm playing the part of Karen Kilgariff. I'm going to sing a song about
What do you
oven
need, your
mitts.
stuff?
So
Wasn't about oven mitts, Dave.
I didn't hear the lyrics. You want your coffee?
Do you want your candy?
No, the candy's just free.
Oh.
Eat some candy.
You want your coffee?
Free coffee.
So
Yeah.
short ones.
Coffee. There you go.
Do you want a bottle?
Don't do it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I
Dave Anthony.
came at the right
And
time.
Karen Kilgariff.
Hi, my podcast lasted 35 minutes.
Your podcast did?
Yeah.
You and Walking the Room, great Greg Behrendt?
No, the dollop.
I do the dollop, which
Oh,
was
your own?
next door.
Oh, that's right.
But it's just me, so I just do a thing and then I leave, and it was not long.
Well, good choice. What's your, we were talking about reality shows.
Yeah,
I know
what-
that you were the one who told me who Snooki was.
I mean, I do go around the country lecturing about Snooki. So I know a lot about her.
Right. You know
I
things.
did tell you that, yeah. I don't, I've stopped watching reality shows.
Oh, okay.
Except for like Top Chef or...
the good ones?
The good ones.
Except for
but
the real
like,
good
I used
ones.
to watch like The Housewives of Orange County.
Oh, boy.
And then I started watching other ones, and then there was Housewives of New Jersey, and one of the housewives punched another one at a party, and I looked at my wife, and I was like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we never watched them again.
Oof. Yeah.
How you doing?
Well, they are so hard because it does seem like watching people who are suffering.
Yes.
You know, just like, oh no, leave them alone. They need to be alone right now.
She just went on 20 minutes about a show about a cat.
Is it a show
Fair
that
point.
were you pitching it, or is it?
No, it's a show on Discovery. Oh, you tell her.
There's shows. I also love shows. Have you guys seen all these? Well, this is a phenomenon, the zeitgeist of the animals that become friends with unlikely animals. Oh God, it's so wonderful! I tried to do that with Tiberius. I brought my dog over to meet the lizard, and did not work out.
Tiberius doesn't like dogs. He's better with cats. Yeah. He's not good with dogs.
You would love it if like just bears and ducks were hanging out, and like that would be like your ultimate thing.
It's happening. Oh, you say it like it's insane.
It's like an elephant and a kazoo, or that's not an animal. An elephant.
No, it's not. Not yet. Don't say not yet. It could be someday.
It's so wonderful.
He was a character on the
reality show.
Flintstones, wasn't he? Kazoo?
Oh, I was
wasn't
thinking about the thing you blow in.
Okay.
Second kazoo reference this festival.
But there's
Swear to God.
Thank God someone is keeping track.
Well, no, it was on my show on Road Stories, which you can get free on iTunes.
Right.
Brody
Road
Stevens
Stories.
came in with a fucking Vespa helmet on, and Ryan Sickler called him a kazoo.
Right.
From the Flintstones, not an actual kazoo.
I mean, the good thing about Brody is he's always trying to fly under the radar. It's very subtle.
It was like pulling teeth to get him to talk yesterday.
There's a book out called Unlikely Friends, and then they have the picture of like the goat and the horse that took care of each other until they died. And then there's, there's a duck and a turtle.
It's like the Odd Couple, but with animals.
And
I feel
One's Jack Klugman, and the other one's Tony Randall. And it's weird. Is the duck tidy, or is the...
Well, that's what I want. I want there to be a human version of that book where it's like the atheist and the evangelical Christian like nuzzling each other.
Spoon or be spooned!
like in a small pond.
Yeah, in a small pond, swimming together, nuzzling their noses. Helping each other
The
walk across the
Palestinian and the
street.
Israeli open up a falafel place together.
Yeah.
It'd be so beautiful. The Armenian and the
physical
Turk.
tenderness. I mean, that's the most important thing. Is there has to be grooming involved, like a combing of hair. I mean, that's where the tears start to roll down for me. It's not going to be just a distant falafel stand relationship. It's going to be. I'm going to need to see them in a cozy,
like an
bed
Armenian
situation.
and a
Turk.
I was going to say a Buddhist, like an Armenian and a Buddhist in a beanbag kind of situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Suckling?
would be nice.
Yeah, some light suckling. Maybe if they were, just some. Well, the tender kissing of each other.
So this is a video. I think we're going somewhere else. Right?
Started off really clean.
So there's a goat
No,
and
but
a horse.
it's not sensual kissing. It's just it's a tender. I don't know.
They're holding. Did you know
I
that
haven't worked it all out.
Did you know that sea otters hold hands in the water?
God damn it.
So they don't float away.
So they don't float away from each other.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And otters are the only ones who also, the male otter will beat up, there's domestic abuse. A male otter will beat up a female.
Is it on the day of the Super Bowl?
The ducks rape.
Ducks rape each other?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Or
ducks
other
rape.
animals?
I saw.
The crazy is the women ducks love it. So it's not really rape.
Is it ever consensual though in animalhood?
No,
Is it ever? Does it doesn't ever feel consensual? Like when a dog gets on another dog, you're just like, that doesn't look like they dated. It looks like.
And everybody says nature is beautiful, and it's really not.
Okay.
It can be pretty from afar. Or it probably
there's
from
beautiful
Jafar.
moments, but I guess their lovemaking is not that beautiful.
I mean,
I saw a seal eat a
think-
fish, and it almost made me throw up.
I mean, that's very different than lovemaking.
Maybe.
I feel, but there was a video of some scientists caught it down in Antarctica of a seal fucking a penguin.
Oh my god!
And I shouldn't laugh because it's clearly not consensual.
Yeah.
And yet, yeah. Right?
Okay, that's not right.
But it's not right, but it's science.
No, I haven't thought of the dark side of unlikely friends, like where it is sort of a hostile, connection where tigers are trying to.
Hostile connection. I want that to be a Craigslist kind of thing. Hostile connection. I flipped you off on the 405. Meet you over at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf on Sunset. If you like that kind of thing.
If you want me not to pay for your coffee.
Right, go on over and we can stare at each other and just get really mad. Hostile connection. That'd be the best. Do you ever see that thing on Penny Arcade? Do you ever see Fruit Fucker? The juicer who's in love with the orange? I think it's consensual. I'm told by one Andy Ashcraft that is a juicer who is not...
is that the shirt you have?
Yeah.
No, that's very rapey.
That's what I'm told. That's a rapey...
It's a juicer leaping onto an orange, and the orange is like, hey, what's going on?
It looks like love to me, but then I don't have a lot of experience.
Well, now I wonder what love is to you.
What's going on?
We're talking
There's
about...
a juicer guy who has sex with fruit?
No, it's a juicer who is in love with an orange, in my opinion.
Is it a cartoon?
It's a web comic. It's on Penny Arcade. It may not even be.
Sorry.
It might just be that one fucking image.
Okay.
It might just be. Even though I think there are several other images of that juicer and that orange. That's right. That's correct.
How do you take that? So that's all you've seen of it is the one photo. And it's basically,
just
you don't
the
know
one-
what it is.
It is a photo too, because they are real.
Yeah, no, they're real.
There's an
They're
actual.
real.
It's a cosplay moment.
It's a classic juicer with arms and legs, and he's jumping.
Right.
And then it's just an orange. So what it is for people who haven't seen it, it's a juicer leaping onto an orange that's just sitting there, and Jackie is calling that love. I don't understand.
Did
how
you
it's
see
love.
what the orange was wearing? Huh? Come on.
Orange.
Yeah, it was wearing an orange peel.
What if we put that juicer in an orange in a beanbag chair?
Well, then you need an Armenian guy to gently kiss it.
Not sexual kisses.
No,
Nope.
no, like a mouthing. I don't know. I can't explain it.
What do you mean?
But I kind of like so you could get your scent on them, but
Do we have an orange she can demonstrate on?
Or an Armenian gentleman. Is there an Armenian gentleman?
Okay, we're going to actually start talking about the Armenian thing. I'm going to let you know that there are two kinds of priests in the Armenian church. There's a priest that can be married and a priest that gets unmarried. There's a derhire and a highsorp. And only the unmarried priest can become the Armenian pope, which is the Catholicos of the holy city of Echmiadzin. Yeah, say that 4 times fast. It's super fun.
Are you Armenian?
Yes, I am Armenian.
Or is this just like you're like an Armenian file? I don't know. What would you call it?
I have an Armenian file. No,
so
every April 24th, I watch a slideshow because when you have a genocide, take pictures.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. Why would they take pictures? If I was going to hold a genocide, I wouldn't record it at all.
was it all Turkish photographs?
Yeah, Turkish photographs going, look what we're doing. We're going to stack people on top of each other like Abu Ghraib, and we'll take a photo and put it on our Facebook page.
Are there any-
in 1915?
Turks are douches.
yeah, Turks are douches.
They fucking. I married into a
happening?
Greek family. I
been
married into a
100
Greek
years.
family, and people they
Oh,
won't
yeah,
even.
they're mad at the Turks too.
Yeah, they won't even do anything on a Tuesday because that's when the Turks invaded Greece.
Wait, what?
Every Tuesday? Every Tuesday.
But that was a long time ago. So Tuesdays are off.
They fucking hold. I married one. They hold a grudge.
The Greeks?
Yeah, Greeks.
Yeah, the Greeks,
They've
man.
been on an island.
Have you ever
They're
been to
mad.
Greece?
Okay.
What?
One of the greatest things about Greece, every day, Greek food. It's nice.
Yeah.
And if you get Greek food, it's fucking expensive. How is their economy in the shitter? Because have you got a fucking Greek salad lately? Holy shit!
I
a
might
candy.
invade Greece if they made that kind of salad. If I was next door,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'd be like, "You're making that kind of salad. We're coming in."
Oh, because they're doing good work with feta? Is that what I'm hearing?
The whole
You're a
fucking
fan?
thing, just the whole goddamn mix is like the
delicious.
best fucking salad ever.
That's your favorite salad? The Greek, this is
A Greek
really,
salad,
we're going to dork out about salad for a minute. You got a favorite?
No, that's-
what do you love about it?
Give
Is
up
it the-
orange rape, and we'll talk about Greek
I
salad.
love the dressing, and I love the way the dressing kind of makes the feta kind of cruise around a little bit. And then it's not all lettuce. There's chunks of shit in there. It's kind of manly.
Kalamata olives.
And the meats that are in the tube shape wrapped around the pole.
Oh, is that your favorite kind of Greek
that's
food?
not a salad.
That's not a salad. But is that your favorite Greek food? You like the gyro or the gyro or the smashed up lamb and beef together?
Gyro.
Yeah, gyro.
Gyro.
Is that what it's called?
That's what I say to my father-in-law, and he gets pissed off at me.
Do they? Oh. But how do they pronounce their G's over there? What's the deal? You're closer. You're Armenian.
Right. We always called it gyro.
Gyro.
Wrong.
There was a bit of a rolled R. But the thing is I said that one time at 3 a.m. in New York to a guy, and he said, "Where are you from?" And so there's no right way to say it, as far as I could tell. Anybody here Greek?
I can say "Thaithalana parangil nubugasa megala parakalo," which means I'd like to order dessert with milk, please.
And I can say "Ephalistopoli," which means thank you very much, and I learned that in a Harlequin romance when I was 15. Because there's always a Greek guy with a lot of hair who wants to do it with some woman who is like, "I don't like you," and then at the end of it, "Let's get married."
Yeah.
Because that's what Harlequin romances are like.
Well, if we're just going to start throwing shit out, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Ooh. That's all Greek to me.
Whoa.
What do you got, Murray?
Je m'appelle Robert. Fucking 11th grade French class. Took
Boom.
it just to sit next to Peggy McDonald.
And?
McNuggets?
I failed. She went to the prom with Tony D'Amato.
Not right.
True story.
Is that the only story you had?
That's the only story I had.
What's your favorite salad? Now I want to know. What's your favorite salad?
Mine?
Yeah, because I got a
Greek.
favorite fucking salad.
Greek salad, man. I'm all
Greek
about that
salad's
shit.
a favorite salad.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it. Fucking Dave Anthony showed up.
There's a beautiful simplicity about it.
Yeah. I like the olives. You're more of the cheese. I like
I
the
like the
Kalamata
olives. No, the olives are,
Pitted.
without the olives, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I was talking to Zach Galifianakis, and I said, "Oh yeah, I just got a Greek salad over there," and he got angry. He's like, "That's not a fucking Greek salad. You come over to my house, I'll show you what a Greek salad is." I'm like, "Jesus Christ, all right."
Wow.
Is there not
What
enough
was his-
hair? Not enough hair from the beard in it. But it's true. There's no lettuce in an actual Greek salad.
Oh.
No, not
There's
an
no
actual
lettuce in
one.
an
They
actual
don't
Greek
do that.
salad. Yeah.
I knew
just
someone who was
pizza?
Italian who would lose her mind about Caesars. You like a Caesar salad.
Which was made in Tijuana. That was made by a waiter in Tijuana developed
Created-
Caesar
the
salad.
Caesar salad was
Yes.
Is that true?
That's why I do this
have read
podcast.
about the Caesar salad.
I like that you have one
Do you
fan
know-
who's backing you up on the Caesar salad
Yeah,
back there.
you got a guy
You're
out
like,
there.
fuck yeah, god damn it, somebody's talking about a
Do you,
Caesar salad.
do you know what the
You
problem
wicked.
is? The problem with a Caesar for me is because I think a Caesar would be my favorite salad, but most of the time they fuck it up with too much dressing.
Yep.
It comes
Yep.
drenched,
Yep.
and it's like
Yep.
it's like lettuce in a pile of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
As a
I couldn't be
vegetarian,
happier.
As a
This
vegetarian,
is the best Dork Forest ever.
Yeah.
the anchovies kill it for me. Agree. Good
Oh, no. That's good times.
I don't
My-
eat fish. That's why.
Oh, okay. My favorite salad? A chopped salad. Any salad, chop it up tiny. That's my thing.
God
Okay.
damn it,
I
love
gotta
the
eat it
chopped
with a
salad.
spoon.
Yeah.
I want it all chopped together. I like, there's a Magnolia Grill with an E over there
I
in
love Magnolia
Burbank.
Grill.
Real nice.
Mm-hmm.
They do a Bayou salad. They do a Cajun chicken, and then they got and I also enjoy a fattoush because it's also chopped.
Oh,
chopped
you like
correctly.
fattoush? Fattoush has
Lebanese.
eggplant in it, right?
No, it can, but it's usually
Okay.
just herbs, tomatoes, cucumbers.
Okay,
don't-
then I do enjoy a fattoush. I get that at the farmer's market at
That's good times.
Moishi's.
They don't chop
Is that
the
a Jewish
salad
thing?
except
I
on the
don't know.
coasts, right?
Right, they're not chopping it up in the middle. You got to
No,
talk
they
it
are
up.
not.
Do your own work. Yeah, Yeah, it is a work ethic.
Don't
thing.
you have any pride? What's in a fattouche? Sorry, I don't mean to backtrack.
It's tomatoes and cucumbers and herbs like
Olive oil?
parsley and.
There's an Italian version of that, but it's tomatoes and onions and olive oil. It's by my Italian grandmother used to make it. It's awesome. Dip some Italian bread in there from Gianelli's Bakery.
Yeah, where's Gianelli's Bakery?
It's sadly no longer there, but it's on Route 23 in Wayne, New Jersey.
We are so deep into salads right now.
It's pretty sweet. Here's the sad part. We're almost done here. Let's plug. I know it. I know
Fucking
it's
go
been
get some
a good time, right?
salads. What the fuck?
Let's go get a $30 salad if possible. here at the podcast. festival.
I ordered steel oats in my room.
You did
a bowl of steel
not
oats.
in your room.
$11.
Plus.
Comes out to 30 when it gets to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You're
'cause
paying
How long
for
did it
the
take to get there up
skeletons.
that elevator?
It
ride?
actually wasn't that bad. It was 20 minutes. Well, you use the elevator over there. You go up to 9. You walk through the hallway. You go up the stairs. You're in the penthouse.
Oh, fuck that noise.
Secrets. Who runs this fucking?
I was up in the penthouse.
David?
I took the stairs next to the 2 slowest elevators in the world, and I ended up on that fucking hotel over there. I don't know how I did it. I ended up at the pool. I'm like, oh, it's the pool. This is where I thought the party was the other day. Different pool.
I'm going to Santa Monica College, turns out.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's plug some stuff. Dave Anthony, Walk in the Room, also Dollop.
Yep.
And,
Walk in the Room. That'll be at 6 tonight.
Okay, that's over.
And
That's
it's
in this
also on
building.
iTunes and things like that. My album is Shame Chamber. It's on.
Shame Chamber.
thank you.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Dave Anthony, always a treat. I liked that you played the part of Karen Kilgariff. Go to KarenKilgariff.bandcamp.whatever and essentially Google fucking Karen Kilgariff.
Yeah, her
You'll
album's
figure it out.
great.
And
Her
she's
album's
great to follow on Twitter. If you
She's
Yes.
hilarious
So
on
funny.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Karen
she's one of
Kilgariff.
the best on Twitter.
She really is. Murray.
Also, my ex-girlfriend.
Also,
Yeah, we did like in the early 90s.
Oh, that's very sweet.
When I was into Superchunk.
They got a new album.
And she liked the Counting Crows.
Oh, I see why that didn't work
Never
out.
going to work.
Yeah.
She
Sometimes
actually
it doesn't work out.
tweeted me about 3 months ago and said, I get what you were saying about the Counting Crows.
wow, 14 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
Finally, I get it.
It's healing.
Jackie, Superchunk and the Counting Crows are bands.
Thank you. I've heard of the Counting Crows. Do they do goth music?
They are so goth.
They're a hair metal band from the 80s. I'm surprised.
It's
Surprised Jesse didn't tell you about it, or whatever it was.
Damn, Keith. And then I learned about ska music. All ska music, they have the word ska in their band name.
Really?
Except for the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, which
So
is
not
something
all.
else. They're
Not
from
all.
Boston. No, I don't know anything about all I know is I put the word ska into Pandora, and then a lot of trumpets showed up, and I was psyched. I was good. It was good. I like it. And yeah.
It's like my mom on the internet.
I was born like your mom. I have been 112 since I was 11 years old. I have not understood anything hip.
I feel like you. Do you walk around a lot just going, oh, look at that?
Yes. Kind of. Who's oh shit, what's his name? Huell Hauser?
Hauser, aw.
Someone said that I was like the Huell Hauser of the internet. Because I'm living every moment. I'm right here, you guys. I'm present. And every day I get to discover something new. Yikes! Like salads. Anyway, so Murray V on Twitter. He has
it's at Murray V
road
on Twitter.
stories.
Yeah, Road Stories. You get it at roadstories.tv, my website, MurrayValeriano.com. It's free. Subscribe there. If anybody lives in Vegas, I'll be at the Improv in November. And that's it. I have a lot of shitty TV I really wouldn't recommend you watch that I worked on. And that's about it.
Awesome. Maria Bamford, MariaBamford.com.
Yeah, we're doing and
We're going to Alaska on Wednesday, right?
Anchorage, and
San Francisco, and then Minneapolis, and then New York City.
And when is your different species cuddling?
I'm just learning, mostly focusing on enunciating. That's one of my weak points. But I think I'll be at Burbank Flappers in December.
Flaps in Burbank.
Come to that, which is fun.
You got a lot of things happening.
It's a genuine comedy club with warm cookies and a pushy drink minimum.
Show up.
And a huge kitchen.
And a huge
Massive.
kitchen.
That's because it used to be at TGI Fridays or something, didn't it?
And Jackie Kashian, are these T-shirts for free or are they for sale this week?
They are. I didn't bring enough,
You didn't
so
bring
I
enough?
just brought it because other
They're
people had
great
banners and stuff, aren't they?
T-shirts.
You can go to JackieKashian.com and order a T-shirt if you'd like.
They're wonderful T-shirts. I've had mine for they've lasted for this one for 20 years.
Oh yeah, I wore that one the other day. I don't have one
27?
of these yet.
For being on the show, you get a free T-shirt.
Oh, that's what I was
Everyone who
hoping for.
wants to be on the show, Jackie at JackieKashian.com. Tell me your dorkdom. Do it. I'll put you on the list. What the fuck? That's it.
If you're into salads, already been done. Already been done.
Been done. Hey,
Ladies-
Jackie, you brought up TGI Friday. Do you want to know a fact about TGI Friday?
Yeah, you got one?
First single bar in America.
A singles bar?
There were no singles bars until 1965. Men would go to bars alone, or men would go with their wives. And in 1965, TGIFs opened up in Manhattan, and it was the first singles bar in America.
And they said ladies should come out in a pack and go to the bathroom together. And then many comedy premises were born.
And syphilis.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to a live Dork Forest. Thank you, LA Podcast Festival. Super fun. Super fun. Well, that show was awesome. Let's do the credits. Patrick Brady, he fixes the audio every week. He also does the teaser videos on YouTube. So Patrick Brady is an awesome guy, and I thank him for his work. Mike Rickberg sang the song you heard at the beginning, composed and sang it with his girlfriend Sarah. He's going to sing in about a heartbeat for the Mexican Hat Dance. And Vilmos fixes my website, JackieKashian.com. So support him and his work. Thanks a lot, you guys. Take care out there. Bye.
My hat, my hat, my hat. They're dancing around my hat. My hat, my hat, my hat. Well, what do you think of that? If it looks like a Mexican hat dance and it sounds like a Mexican hat dance, it's most likely a Mexican hat dance. So take off your hat and let's dance.
Yay! Oh my God. Why don't we just call that as the end of the show?